Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of March 15th. This week, we're going to just jump right in here. We're going to take a look at your current general energies with this first row right here. In your second row, we're going to look at any blockages or blind spots that could be coming up for you this week. And in your last row here, we're going to take a look at anything unexpected that could be coming in for you, any unexpected opportunities that you could take advantage of, if I can speak, and all sorts of stuff. So then at the end, we're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards, and I'm going to answer those questions as if I know what your question is, so kind of like a personal reading. But let's see here, Pisces, what is going on for you. This is a really nice week for you, Pisces, for sure. The week of the 15th, you have the Ace of Wands, the Sun, the Strength card. This looks really good for you, Pisces. I'm liking what I see here. Also, make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time, Pisces. But you start off with this new beginning card, and you have the Ace of Wands right here as well. So definitely, with this energy, plus with this new beginning card, there could be a very solid new beginning coming in for you at this time. For some of you, I do feel this could be a very passionate relationship coming in for you. I do feel like it could be with a Leo for some of you, and it could also be with a Libra or a water sign. Those are the signs that are standing out to me here. I do know, and people always ask, I personally know a couple of Pisces Leo couples that have been together forever, so it can totally work. And to me, it depends on when they're born. Usually, to me, like an early Pisces, if you're an early Pisces, you might do better with a Leo than, like, say, a later Pisces. Although, to me, sun sign compatibility is BS in the first place. Don't even get me started. But I can show you a billion examples that prove that it's BS. But, that's what I'll say there. But I do feel there's a new beginning, a very creative new beginning as well. You have the Ace of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the King of Cups here. It's like a very passionate connection that could be coming in for you. I just feel this, like a very desirable type of situation here where it's like you desire someone, they desire you. So this to me would just be, kind of like a perfect connection, something that just comes together for some of you. For others, it's almost like you've been through this very dark period. Like, I can't stop focusing. I love this card, actually. I mean, to me, it's a really nice looking card, but I can't stop focusing on the fact that there's all this darkness with, like, all these mountains and hills here, but the sun is coming up. So I feel like you've been through a very dark period here, or a period of, like, sadness or loss or something like that. Maybe you lost a past relationship. I feel this element of learning here as well, Pisces, where you have learned a lot from this situation. I feel like saying this is going to change your relationships forever, what you have learned here with this situation. I'm also getting this strange story popping into my head as well that I'm just going to tell you. It's almost like, I think there's this thing where, like, if we invest in a relationship, for example, but, like, maybe we're not really getting anything from the relationship. I have this, like, story popping into my head where I feel like you were giving to a person here, and for some of you, I feel like you weren't even physically with this person for, like, a while, and it's like I feel like the reason you thought you wanted to be with this person is because you invested so much and got so little. I think it played a trick on your mind here, where it's like you gave this person everything you want, or everything they wanted, and then because of that, it's almost like you invested in this person, and that made you feel this connection. And that's where this learning message is popping into my head here, Pisces. It's like you have learned that that's not what you should do, and you have learned that it's probably why you had this connection to this person. But it's like you're waking up to something here with this row. For others, I feel like this is obviously, clearly, major success. Whatever new thing you're doing, Pisces, I don't care what it is. Ace of Wands, the Sun, the Six of Wands, are you kidding me? This is like major abundance and success coming in for you based off of, like, new creative projects. If you're working on anything creative, anything involving literally, could be literally creative like art, but you could also be building something, there's going to be a lot of success there for you. You have the King of Swords. Like I said, you have learned something. You have become very clear on something as well. You have the King of Wands. Definitely could be a fire sign coming in for some of you. Could be male, female, whatever. I don't attach sex to my cards. You have the Nine of Wands as well here. Yeah, for some of you, look at this, 3 kings. It's like you're almost at the emperor status. For some of you, I feel like that's you, Pisces. I feel like you're the one that's bossing up here. I don't think this has anything to do with necessarily love. For others, I do feel like you could be kind of You know, to me, this is saying that you are very clear on what you want now with that King of Swords. The King of Wands, I feel, is you taking action to go and get it. At the same time, I feel this pause energy here. But the pause that you have taken with the King of Wands is to find your own happiness, to find your own contentment right here. You have learned to not use words that make you weak. Five of Pentacles, right? Over here in the unexpected section. So I feel that you have learned not to do things, not to use words that make you feel less than. It's like you had to get to this stage first, I feel, before going to this next stage. Like this is where I feel like you are, this King of Wands kind of bossing up type of energy, learning to be bold, learning to be assertive, learning to take care of yourself. Now you have the King of Wands, Nine of Wands. I do feel like this, I mean the King of Cups in the Nine of Wands here, I do feel like you could be a little defensive towards new love or a little bit closed off based off of something that happened here in the past. Like I said, maybe you invested too much and you didn't get anything in return. I mean, to me, I feel like that's always true for Pisces in the first place because, you know, us Pisces, we're givers. So, you know, that would make sense to me. But I feel for some of you, this is saying that it's kind of like you're still just a little defensive. In your next row here, for any blockages or blind spots, you have this no place like home card. I would be obviously Pisces, right? I'm a Pisces. All I want to do is stay home and in bed, right? And yeah, all that other stuff. I always joke that every time I go on vacation, I can't wait to get home, right? So I feel like for some of you, this is saying you need to leave a comfort zone, right? For others, I feel like you're in this like round and round situation here. There's a card in this deck, or this one right here, the Wisdom of the Oracle. It's called Round and Round. And the shell, there's a shell like up here from the Round and Round card. And it always reminds me of that card. But to me, this could represent being stuck in a rut or stuck in a comfort zone. You have the Strength card, the Sun, and the Page of Swords. Too much pride here. I feel like for some of you, it's like you could be afraid to admit something because you have too much pride here, Pisces, I feel. So for some of you, this could be you needing to like deliver some sort of truth to a person, but it's like you're afraid of what's going to happen. I don't know why that's popping into my head. I do feel like it's a blockage here for some reason. For others, I feel this is like being afraid of like what other people will think here as well. Again, there's something here having to do with pride. The word pride keeps popping into my head with the Strength card. The Strength card is a card of pride, but, you know, to me that's not like the best part of it. You know, to me that's not like kind of more of an underlying meaning of the card, but I do feel there's like a little bit too much pride here, or you're being prideful. And I feel like you need to speak up here because I feel like a closing down in my throat as well with this Page of Swords. So you could need to open up with this energy to people. But I also am taking this as like there are certain things you want to do, and I feel that you're like afraid that you're going to hurt people or something like that. I have this story in my head. It's like maybe you want to move, right? Here, Pisces, and it's like maybe you're like afraid that if you leave your family that they'll be sad, you know, or something like that. I feel this energy of like kind of worrying too much about other people here, and that could be a little bit of a blockage for you. I would also say the other kind of blockage that I'm getting this week for you with the Sun, best card in the deck, but not getting enough attention on something. I feel like you need to not be afraid to get attention onto something. Like maybe you're working on a new project, get as much attention as you possibly can. Maybe you need to get as much attention as you possibly can with the Sun. If you're looking for love, the solution to the Sun, if it comes up in like a challenge row like this, is to get as much attention as you possibly can. You have the Ace of Cups, boom. I feel like you've been waiting for love here, Pisces, like true love. 10 of Pentacles, you've been waiting for your 10 of Pentacles. This is an amazing reading. 6 of Cups here as well. So it's like you've been waiting for your true soulmate here. I almost get this sense that you don't trust yourself in love, Pisces, with this row. This is a very good row for you. And I definitely feel like there is either new love coming in for you, or you're already with the person that you're going to be with. I don't really see this 6 of Cups as someone coming back from the past. The reason I say that is because you have the 6 Wands right here. To me, 2 6s next to each other just says you're on the right path. So it kind of, you know, to me, this is more of a clue that you're already on the right path. So that would say that you're not going back to the past, to me, here, Pisces. But I do feel there is definitely love coming in here for you. And this is like a soulmate that's coming in for you as well. I feel like you need to speak up because, you know, again, you have this Page of Swords. It's almost like you're looking at someone, a King of Cups person. It doesn't have to be a water sign. It could just be someone you see as very emotionally stable, very emotionally available, very successful, probably a giver and a taker with the going up to the Justice card here. So if you're spying on someone, Pisces, I know how Pisces operates. As I always say, I know that Pisces spies, right? So you probably already have your creepy little fish eyes on someone here. I feel like you need to start investing in that situation here. For others, it could just be you needing to get out and look for something new. There's a ton of success here. I do feel like a little bit of this imposter syndrome type thing as well. I always talk about this with you in Taurus, Pisces, but I do feel like there's this need to believe that you're good enough to have something. For outside of love, this could be money. Some of you are clearly starting or thinking about starting a new project here. This feels like a new creative type of business. Could be anything creative. It doesn't have to be art. It could be a YouTube channel. It could have to do with cooking, right, is creative. It could have to do with building something. It could be anything like that. So I feel that there's a lot of success in that for you, but you're going to have to take take control, and you're gonna have to be patient as well with the Strength card. The Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing, being very happy. I also get, I'm getting a million stories for you today, Pisces. For some of you here in this row, I feel like saying, the first way isn't going to work, is what the Strength card is saying to me. So if you're working on a new creative project here with the Ace of Wands, or a new beginning, this could be a new beginning in love as well, then I feel like the first thing you try is not going to work. I feel like you have to try again. Six of Cups. Six of Cups literally can represent you going down a path, two sixes, you bump up against an obstacle. Six of Cups is a gift from the universe. It represents obstacles being removed from your path, literally. The gift we receive from the Six of Cups is a turnaround. So I feel like for some of you need to realize that. In your next and final row here, for anything unexpected here, you have this Earth Magic card. I do feel like grounding yourself would be very beneficial. I also get a very straightforward energy here. I feel like if you're wanting to communicate with someone here, just do it. I feel like you would be, what's going to surprise you this week is just how straightforward, it will be. I feel like you're kind of making a little bit of a mountain out of a molehill here in whatever it is that you want to communicate, especially if you're wanting to communicate with a person here, Pisces. This has come up for you for 2 weeks. It could be, this could be anything. You could be wanting closure from a person from the past. You could be wanting to talk to someone from the past here, I feel. You could just be wanting to get something off your chest at work or in business. I feel like you just need to do it here. You have the Justice card, Five of Pentacles, Six of Wands. I know what this is, Pisces. This is feeling like what you have to share is not good enough. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles, it says, do not call attention to your weaknesses here. For some of you, I feel like you need to not be afraid to share. I always say, us Pisces, the problem with Pisces is that we're born with knowledge. So it's we don't think what we have to say is valuable, right? And that's part of our karma, whatever you want to call it. That's what we come here to learn. And so I feel like for some of you, you need to realize that something you want to share is very valuable. Again, some of you might want to start a YouTube channel. You might want to share something at work or in business. I feel like this is saying stand up and be heard, right? With the Six of Wands is what I'm saying. So this guy does not give two shits, right? He's on that horse. He's like, yep, I'm going to take all this glory. I'm going to take all this victory that I'm receiving. And you have the Strength card right here. Strength card says you need a display of strength. That is a display of strength. She has her hands in a lion's mouth. Who in their right mind would stick their hands in a lion's mouth? Nobody is the answer, Pisces. So I feel like you need to not be afraid to shine here this week. This is a powerful reading for you here. I even feel like your guides are kind of guiding you to take the steps. The reason I say this is the Justice card. The Justice card is cause and effect. It literally says, if you are scared, if you are feeling blocked, take the first step, right? Justice says, if you put in the energy and you get energy back, you're moving in the right direction. Two sixes, on the right path. So I feel for some of you, this is just saying, just invest a little bit into something you're starting, new beginning here. Could be love, business, money, doesn't matter. And if it's going to work, it's going to work. And it's just going to keep working. And you're just going to keep working to make it work. And if it doesn't work, then it's not. I feel like people, we're clearly moving into this time that's more of this justice type energy. I feel like people are learning to become more intuitive, more in tune with what's going on in the world. And the Justice card just says, if something works, keep going in that direction. If something doesn't work, try something else until something works. Justice card isn't going forward and then backwards. It's more like balancing things out, if that makes sense. So that's what I feel like is going on there for you, Pisces. But let's see, you have the King of Pentacles, boom, right there, Emperor, all four kings. So I do feel for some of you, you are clearly bossing up here, Pisces. Like I said, I feel like it's your energy for the most part. You could be attracting a person who is kind of bossed up, you could be attracting a person who is getting all these things together, but it's they're not there yet, they're getting it all together, is what I feel like saying, Pisces. You have the Six of Swords, major improvement, all these sixes. This is a bonkers reading for you, and the Queen of Swords. I would just open up here with the Queen of Swords. You know what to do now. Look, you even have divine counterparts showing up in the reading, the King and the Queen of Swords here. For some of you, I feel that, you know, you could be meeting someone where it's like you're on the same path. You know, I feel like you're paralleling each other, where it's like you're kind of like on the same journey, but different, if that makes sense. That's how I'm seeing this King and Queen of Swords here. If we were to take it out, it's like they're on the same path. They're going in the same direction here, but they're kind of just like paralleling each other. For some of you, I'm wondering if you're attracting someone, you know, there could be resistance here to this love right here with the Page of Swords, because it's like you're attracting this person into your life, whether it's a new person or someone you're already with or whatever, Pisces, I don't care. And, you know, this is basically saying that maybe you're feeling resistant because it's like you see each other as different, you know, or there could be resistance on this person's side as well, you know, and so I feel like the resistance is because it's like you see each other as two different, but really you're exactly the same. You're on the same path, you're paralleling each other, you're like basically learning the same things here in this reading, and I feel like you just need to realize that, especially if you're having resistance with a new person here or just a person in general, whatever. Look at this, 10 of Pentacles, the Sun. Are you kidding me? I feel like you could be very happy with this person if it's a person coming in for you. For others, this is like a major victory that's coming in for you, but it's going to be based off of a creative project, you know, something that you're starting is what I'd say to you. So that's that. All right, Pisces. We are going to pull 3 yes or no questions here. This is going to be 1, 2, and 3. Feel free to pause the video if you need to pause it, and I will be answering these questions as if I know what your question is already. So I'm starting right now. For question number 1, nope, too many worries, too many fears. I feel like this is a nightmare, whatever question number 1 is. I got a hard no on this one, so I would definitely say nope with 9 of Swords. I do feel like whatever you're worried about here is temporary, so you know that's the good news, but I feel like saying no. For question number 2, you have the Queen of Swords. I'd say yes, you already know the answer here. You already know that this is going to be a victory. Queen of Swords, 6 of Wands, so whatever you're asking about, you already know, but maybe I do feel like you're resisting it. I feel like you're waiting for something to change. It's like you're waiting for certain messages, I feel intuitively. It's popping into my head as messages. It's like you're waiting for messages. You could literally be waiting for messages. For others, I feel like that message is saying you're more waiting for signs. That's something that you should make your move. But I feel like you already know that it's right, whatever you're asking about. For question number 3, yep, definitely. Wheel of Fortune. This is your destiny, whatever you're asking about. This is your fate. This is exactly what you're supposed to be doing here. I feel like you can take control of your wheel as well, is what I would say to you. I do get this need to move forward, like to get something moving here with the Wheel of Fortune. I feel this is almost like saying that, you know, whatever you're asking about is your destiny. It's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And there's a lot of luck, abundance, success. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck, and it could even be like a karmic situation here. But I really feel like this is saying that like moving towards whatever you're thinking about here is going to lead to a lot of success in your life. Damn, Pisces, I love this reading for you. This is like one of the better readings I've done for you in a while. Just even the feeling of the reading is better, especially if you're creating something new. You know, it's not like a creative project, but love it. So thank you for being here, Pisces. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you this week. Also, make sure to like and subscribe. Really appreciate the support. But thank you, Pisces, and enjoy your week.